Hey guys, Rob with Ride Philippines here. I've been kind of quiet on YouTube because I've been really kind of doing a deep dive on this project that I've been working on called MotoTracker. If you saw one of my other videos, I did kind of a proof of concept, just coding this in PHP. I kind of liked how it looked, what was possible. So I started doing a rebuild in Laravel. So for those of you that are AI guys, know that I am not a coder. I have built this 100% with AI assistance, predominantly ChatGPT, and supplemented a little bit with Grok, but mostly ChatGPT. So real quick, a recap, what is MotoTracker? The idea is to kind of gamify motorcycle riding and create sets of waypoints, assign them to rides, and then have riders ride those waypoints, promote some tourism, go see the world, and document it a little bit and kind of create a achievement environment for those rides. So how do we track whether you hit a waypoint or not? There's three ways of doing it. One, this has a GPS tracking system behind it. So I'm using TrackCar, and you can use either a device that tracks you on a ride. Most people probably aren't going to do that, but you can use a client app, install it on your cell phone, and so long as you have internet connectivity, you can ride through waypoints. You use the client for tracking, and then there's what's called Tracker Manager that gives you the push notifications. So as you ride, when you go through a geofence, which is the companion and tracker to the waypoint in MotoTracker, you'll get a push notification that you've entered the geofence, and then the MotoTracker system will see that and give you credit. Now, we can't always rely on that. Obviously, we're going to ride in places where we don't have internet connectivity. So the backup to that are alternate verifications called either a GPX upload, which is where you are tracking your ride. So you want to use that. This can all be configured in the ride based on whoever sets the ride up. So you'll have to pay attention to what the verification configuration is for the ride. I'm just telling you system-wide, you can use GPX tracking and upload a GPX. And the third option is photo verification. So you use your cell phone. Cell phones have GPS working on them. When you take a picture, it'll do a lat long stamp on the photo, and then you upload that to the system. The system will reconcile that to a waypoint and then give you credit if the photo is within the radius of the waypoint. So those are the three verification mechanisms right now: automated GPS tracking, GPX tracking, and GPX file upload, and then photo verification. So let's take a look at it. Right now we're on the dashboard. So from a rider standpoint, you're going to have the first two menu items, dashboard, which will just take you into your rider dashboard, and then the My Rides window. So let's look at the dashboard real quick. So I've kind of purged a lot of test data out of this, so the numbers are kind of low right now. But this rider, me as an admin, I have 11 waypoint credits, 4 evidence submissions, and then 19 events, GPS events. The reason GPS event count is higher than, say, GPS auto credits, which are down here, is because you may go through a geofence multiple times. The system will see that, but it's only going to credit you one time. So that's why GPS events can be much higher. Then we also have a mechanism where admins or rally coordinators can confirm or reject either GPS waypoint hits or the verifications, the GPX or the photos. So right now I have 1 confirmed and 7 auto credits for a total of 8 GPS credits. So that means we have, 3 that are done by evidence submission. So now again, there's 4 evidence submissions. Now obviously one of those is rejected. These rejections here are only GPS rejections. So I'll improve this dashboard and we'll see evidence rejections also. So if I was displaying evidence rejections, the count would be 1. I'll show you that here shortly. You scroll down, you have just quick buttons here to go to, I'll cover navigation here in a minute, but everything here is basically just a button link for stuff that is under your My Rides menu. You see the map here, we'll zoom in. These are all the waypoint hits. So here's quite a few down here in my neighborhood. And then here are recent waypoint hits, not credits, but hits. So this kind of shows everything. It shows your GPS auto hits, whether you're riding, getting credit or not. It just shows you where you've been riding and where you've gotten GPS hits. It shows a status, whether they were confirmed or rejected. And then it tells you the source, whether it's GPS, GPX upload, or photo. And then now verification submissions, these are going to be focused on photo and GPX uploads. So you can click real quick. So here's a Waypoint Southwood GW that's here in my neighborhood. I'll show you that ride here in a second. But we can click view details, jump to it real quick, see the credit, see the status, see the photo, and then see the waypoint information on a map. A lot of detail there. So we'll go back. And then lastly, you have rides. Maybe I should move these up to the top. I'll tweak this stuff as we go through testing. So I have the Philippine Loop. I have a Mabini ride here in the Philippines with a few waypoints. It's a total of 5. My test ride here in the Greenwoods subdivision. Then I have Batangas Tour and another Greenwoods test ride. So what I'll do, these kind of go to the same place. I'll go over here, go under the drop down, and I'll go to My Rides. This is where you would join a ride, leave a ride, view a ride. You can filter based on Explorer, Rally, and whether you're joined. So Explorer rides basically are open-ended. You can join them, withdraw them at any time. You can complete them at your own pace. A rally ride is identical, except it has a time window. So it starts at a certain time, maybe on a Saturday morning at 8 o'clock, and it ends Sunday night at 9 o'clock, 8 o'clock, whatever. That's the valid interval for the ride. So for waypoint credit, the hit information has to be ingested into the system within the ride window, and then when the ride's over, it's over, and scoring is done. That's the difference between a rally ride and an explorer ride. Explorer rides are going to be open-ended. You can do them however long it takes you to do them. You can take it. So we'll go in and I will, let's see, I'll show you. This is my test ride here. We'll take a look at it. So we can withdraw from a ride. We can download the GPX. So when you download the GPX, then you can open it up in GPX Studio. You can see your waypoints there. Obviously, you're going to use it on the ride, so you'll take the same GPX and load it into OSM and or Comaps or My Route app, whatever you're using to manage your GPX waypoints and routes. It'll go into that app. So we'll jump back over here. You have buttons to upload a GPX. This would be a track. You can upload a photo here, and then you can see your verification. So we click here, and then here's one photo verification, and that's the same thing I showed you earlier. And then we will go back to the rides, and we'll click view. And then you also have diagnostics. So I'll click view diagnostics, and here you can see where you're at on this ride. So basically, of these 3, 6, 7, 8 waypoints, I've hit 6 of them. 5 of them were credited by GPS automatically, and it tells you how close you came to the waypoint. So I rode within 41.1 meters of this waypoint, and the radius is 50 meters. So that was fine. And then here on the photo, I took the photo within 11.7 meters of the waypoint, so the system was happy with that. And I have 2 hits that I have not, or 2 waypoints that I have not hit yet, and I'm not going to. I'm testing. If you notice, this is a, we'll go back. This is a rally ride, so it has a schedule. So when it expires, looks like today at 2100. So I'm kind of debugging, making sure my scheduler is working. So I'm leaving a couple of waypoints unhit. And then you have waypoints are grouped. So this one has one group, 8 active waypoints, and the rally coordinator or admin can assign images to that. And then here are the waypoints mapped down below for you. So you can see exactly what they look like with their radius and what your ride needs to look like to hit those waypoints. So we'll go back. I'll just go to a more real world ride. We'll go in and look at Batangas Tour. Same thing. I have not hit any waypoints on this, so my progress is 0 of 12. There's no hits. There's one group, 12 waypoints. And here I've loaded pictures for each of the waypoint. So this one goes down Diokno Highway and takes you by Fantasy World, or wants you to go that way anyway. So there's a picture of what Fantasy World looks like, and Laravel. So you can load pictures for reference as a rally coordinator or admin. And then again, so here are all the waypoints in Batangas. What else do I want to show you here? You can just navigate to your verification. So this is going to be photo and GPX, and we'll take a quick look at a accepted GPX route. So here's a route on the Philippine loop that went across San Juanico Bridge and hit the waypoint right here, showing that you visited San Juanico Bridge, and it's credited. We'll go back. So these are, again, going to be photo or GPX only. No GPS data is going to show up here. We'll go in and look at the GPS account. So this is the connection between MotoTracker and the TrackCar or gps.mototracker.app. This is a separate app that does the GPS tracking. So I can come in and I'll just show you a trip that I'll show those. Actually, I need to go for yesterday to show you anything. And so here's one of my rides through the neighborhood. There's another one. Okay. So this shows the route, some speed data, and what waypoints I hit. So that stuff's being collected on a different app. You can also reset your password here in the MotoTracker app. We'll go down to device. So here is the link device, which in my case is the TrackCar client app. It is assigned in MotoTracker. I can unlink it here, and then it tells me my communication status. So this basically looks at GPS ingestion over the past 24 hours. So I had a hit yesterday at 10:59 Universal Time, so it says that it's communicating. We'll go down to waypoint credits. This basically just shows all the credits, and you can filter by ride. So we'll pick a ride and we'll apply that one. Not sure why. Okay, this has a window on it. It's showing 30 days. You can go out to 365 days. So once I apply that, then my Philippine loop data comes up here. I need to, okay, and now it shows up on the drop down. So be aware of that, the way the filtering works right now. So if I have this set for 60 days, I have Philippine loop selected. But if I go default here, it's only going to default to the past 30 days, and my Philippine loop stuff's not going to show up. So you want to open up your window if you want to go back in time. Real quickly, go back and you look at a year's worth of data, and then missing stuff may show up. Okay, GPS activity. So this is basically just a log of everything that's happened via GPS tracking. Most of the stuff is auto confirmed. This one was reviewed by an admin and got an admin confirmed on it. And then this is going to look very similar. I'll probably remove some of this redundancy. But here again, GPS waypoint hits. The difference between these is pretty subtle. These are actually hits, and this is all activity. It just kind of looks the same because my data is limited. There you go. That's where you're at with the MotoTracker. So it's pretty cool. So from a rider standpoint, you're pretty much going to be looking at your dashboard, and then you'll jump in and find your ride that you're working on. Go in here, diagnostics, see what you got to do, manage your navigation, and then eventually you'll get a 100% verified here. I've not built any scorekeeping yet, but the idea here is that stuff will come easily later. Right now, the hard part is the tracking and the data collection. Then once we start putting data into this, I'll build leaderboards for different rides. We can see who's done the most rides, who's completed what rides. So it should be some pretty cool stuff to kind of gamify motorcycle riding. I'm looking for beta testers right now, so I'm going to do a giveaway for not anybody. I'll do one or two guys that want to really help out. Probably going to do riding systems, so it's going to be a pretty nice prize for anyone that wants to contribute and help me out as a writer using this system. That's going to be limited to here in the Philippines. This is worldwide. You can set this thing up anywhere. I just happen to be in the Philippines, so I'm building rides associated with riding in the Philippines. But it can be used anywhere, obviously. And yeah, that's where we're at with MotoTracker. All right, thanks for watching.